Welcome back. How exciting. We've got some fun stuff going on as per usual.
I just started getting a little bit anxious.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. So, last week,
You can stress me out.
everyone made it safely back from the keep. Talked to councilperson Shuffletrot to get all that other business set where they had now permission to traverse the land. They wanted to have just a little bit of downtime to rest and recuperate, and Ormia in particular wanted to attend the weekly gala of the Longhorn at the Longhorn estate to try and get a little information either from her or somewhere on her property perhaps. She may have some proof of her dealings with the Black Salamander group, as they seem to be the group behind the swipe and grab and dash with the person she's looking for, Yaris. At the very end of last episode, Ormia had woken up. This is Thursday morning, 8 a.m. or so, and Ormia had woken up feeling slightly nauseous and looking very pale in the mirror with the panda eyes, darkened, swollen, puffy eyes. Not terrible, but noticeably, not looking particularly good either. And so that's where we'll pick it up since, we're running a little bit behind, or a fair bit behind. So,
Dan?
Yeah?
The chat says that the stream is lagging quite a bit.
Is it? It is. What is going on? All right, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, the drop frames are insane. Because why not? All right, let me adjust this maybe. Okay. Let me see if that tweaks it down at all. All right, it's getting better, but I don't know if it's going to resolve. Alright, it looks better. Okay, good. I made a slight tweak. I need to check my internet because it's been crapping out all over the place around the house. That's sort of a disturbing visual. Sorry. It's hasn't been working lately. Probably be more accurate. Okay, so here we are. Ormia is looking kind of sickly in the mirror in the morning, but it is Thursday. The gala's not till tomorrow. So you've all woken up. It's about 8 a.m. Tomorrow is the gala, and you guys are all in Zambora currently.
Yeah.
So anyone that
Seeing that, I'm just gonna kind of quietly go to the family healer. Just be like, this is not normal. Something's wrong.
Alright, let's have the family healer check you out with advantage because you're rich. Oh, it's the same number. They give you a fairly thorough exam. They tell you that you're definitely exhibiting some signs of maybe a flu. Your temperature is high, running a little high. And you can feel, as you've been there, your palms are kind of clammy and sweaty. And you are feeling a bit under the weather. Your skin has that slight ache to it, like when you're starting to get sick. They say they give you a little bit of medicinal treatment and tell you to try and rest as much as you can over the next day or two.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that, because I want to be at top form on Friday night.
Okay. Oh, right. Emil, I can't remember whether or not you ever said that you had grabbed a silly hat or not.
If I have not, my intention would be to wear a silly hat to the ball.
Okay.
In the interest of this is what I know about what the upper class wears. So, and plus I have the signal I want to send. So
Neat. Okay. I couldn't remember and didn't want to jip you or set you up for anything. Okay. All right. Is there anything on this Thursday? Yesterday was the keep and all that madness. Today is sort of a day of respite here before the gala tomorrow evening. Is there anything any of y'all want to do today?
Do I have a fancy dress yet?
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Shopping.
If not, shopping.
Shopping day.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, great.
Kaylin is just, yeah, she's like, yeah, I guess I need something.
Yeah.
I'll say that because you're in Ormia's hometown and she's a noble, that you could all be loaned some clothing if you want, like.
Put it on her tab.
Yeah, like they'll probably give it to you. Yeah, I mean you're in the hometown and stuff, so but it's a limited wardrobe that they have. So if you want something that's really nice just for you, you may have to shop a little bit.
To the clothier.
I guess I'll go. I never been around balls or anything like that. Well, that sounds. Oh God, I walked right into that.
That's great.
You know what I mean.
Snicker inside,
Never
yeah.
been to a dance or a ball or anything like that before. I'm kind of hesitant because I'm just like, crowds, why? But kind of curious, so I'll tag along.
yeah, I think
Fine.
I'm with you. I think Emil's idea of a fancy ball would be, like cleaner armor, but still armor. Like, is there something more than that in the world?
I mean, I got one set of armor, so isn't that enough?
Since I'm trying to rest, I'm gonna have someone else teach them proper protocol so that nobody like gets offended or whatever.
Ooh,
Think we're
okay.
monsters.
Good luck.
Is that something we roll for?
Yeah, everyone make an intelligence check
we
if you
roll
would,
for
aside from
protocol,
Ormia because
please?
she knows this. Yeah.
I'm really,
Intelligence. Oh,
I
fabulous.
I kind of hope for a mess here. Let's see here.
Ah. Oh.
Oh,
my gosh.
Okay.
I am not classy, guys. I am so
Oh.
sorry.
Yes, I win.
You guys.
So great.
Caitlin's
Oh my
faster
gosh.
than all of you guys.
This is the best.
Wow. Okay, that's
She's a quick learner.
amazing.
She's
Those
a
were
quick
great.
learner.
Well, Kaylin must have read the right book, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's probably read a few books.
She did her
about
research.
etiquette. Yeah.
Yeah. So Emil, you just barely grasp. It's a lot. It is a lot to take in a day and a half. Yeah, there's a lot of these tiny little details, and it's really a lot to keep track of for one night, for one session here.
So it's more than just like a really big hat.
Yeah, yeah, you're blown away in the beginning. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, wait.
That's all there was to it, really.
But you have like somewhat of a grasp on it. Caitlin, you soak it all up. Your sage background, you're just like, okay, yep. You don't have to jot it down. It's just cataloged. Felix, Emrysina, and Ryan, when the three of you form like a little giggle group in the background, like you start joking about everything that the person's saying, and you completely get sidetracked on like the actual learning of it.
I'm so glad I'm not there right now.
Oh, that is fantastic.
I think Chad has aced this. We're going to be the Stormfall hillbillies.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'll use whatever fork I please for this salad.
That's great.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, that's how day one goes. As far as attire, you're all allowed to select from a number of just big racks of clothing. And you have to go through a few. You walk up to this person that's helping you all, and they sort of just kind of shake their head at the first few, like, no, you can't. Like, you can't mix those. It's everything's in pick an outfit. Don't mix. Don't match. Before finally, getting things that are
I'm
roughly.
gonna start getting annoyed. I'm just like,
Neat.
leave me alone.
If you want to have any input, though, as a player on what you would pick out, what your character would pick out, let me know if there's anything you had your heart set on.
I would like something like a forest green,
Oh, okay.
like a nice dark green.
Mm-hmm.
Astrid has the suit,
Long sleeves.
Okay.
like
What?
Elvish princess.
Yeah, like long sleeves,
Uh-huh.
long flowy sleeves, like bell sleeves.
Neat. Do you want...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have, like, glitter sparkles, too, like body glitter. In case anyone's
I'm all
interested.
about that.
Yeah. Neat.
Probably too much of it, but
Yeah, I think Kaylin's gonna go elegant yet just baseline, just basic. But yet
Okay.
still with a little bit of elegance. And
All
also, Dan, is this the day of the ball? Or have we skipped the day of the ball?
No, it's still the day before.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
All right.
It's like getting ready for the Grammys or something. You gotta prepare. It's like a week-long event.
Ryan would probably pick out the most like wispy flowy thing that she could probably find. That was
Okay.
that the first couple tries were probably a little too skimpy, and the person was like, "Nope, take it back."
Where did you find that? Yeah.
I want mine floor length.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mine will be floor length too, only because my height.
Everything's more like
That's great. All right.
Felix is easy. He's just gonna wear his dress uniform, and he's probably gonna find a shoe shiner.
Okay. There's one in the home. They have one on staff.
That's the best.
Yeah. So you get that. You get your shoes shined. You have the very neatly folded and well kept uniform there. Your dress blues, basically. And Astrid had said that she has. I should have kept your message up. She basically has a what's it called? It's not quite a pantsuit, but it's like a power suit.
An elegant power suit.
Yes, very elegant power suit. I feel like someone sent me an actual picture, right?
She put it in chat, I think. And she put it in the Facebook message.
Yeah.
He was sharp.
Here we go. Let me just see if this is. Yeah, it's almost like a tuxedo. With the I don't know if she could wear the hat with the antlers and all, but a very black and white bow tie, nice dress white shirt with a the black tux outer part. Okay, and that's I guess that's everyone. So you guys have your attire. You have learned all you're going to be able to learn as far as etiquette goes. Is there anything else any of y'all want to do today in town before moving on to the next day?
I don't think there's anything that Kaylin wants to do in town, but I do, after the dressing is done, I do think that she'd want to retire someplace quiet and read her book that she stole about werewolf transformations.
Ooh, okay, the Lupine Pandect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's going to sit down and read some of that.
Okay.
While Felix is getting his shoe shined, he's probably going to ask the shoe shiner if he knows who's going to be at the ball, anyone of interest.
Okay. Let me just do a sort of a knowledge check for the shoe shine. Oh, no, sorry. This particular shoe shine has a case of like what is it, agoraphobia, where they don't like to leave the house. So they, because they rolled a 3, so they don't know too much. They don't, and they're new because shoe shines should know stuff. But being the house shoe shine doesn't quite know too much. Seems to change from week to week.
His father just retired, and he just took over his place.
Oh, nice.
The family business. That's great.
He's a very cute little boy, but man, does it take a lot to get him out of the house.
Perfect.
I still tip him.
And Emil, I saw you put. I think you put it in chat, right? Yeah, enormous top hat with a black leather armor. Yeah, it's a fine. It is sort of like a functional noble's clothing. It's leather, and it has utility to it too, which is what appealed probably to Emil.
Functional.
All right. Okay. So if there's nothing else, let me just.
Sorry, I'm a little behind, but does this area have like aqueducts or lakes or anything?
There is on the western part. There's an old water mill with a river that runs by it, cuts through part of town, and there's a huge river just outside of town, right out in front.
A water mill, huh?
It's sort of an abandoned building on the western edge of town.
Okay, so like the river the big river that's outside the city.
Mhm.
Does it go alongside the city, like it's
Yeah, it's diagonal, just like the entrance of the city is diagonal. So it kind of
Okay.
runs.
So Rhineland's probably going to spend some time like starting at one end of the city and then floating down the river to the other end of the city.
Okay, neat. Nice.
Yeah, just chillax.
Lazy river style.
Perfect.
Inner tubing without the inner tube.
Nice. The city does get fairly quiet at night too, so once it edges into nighttime, it's pretty peaceful to just float along and look at the starry sky up above. Nice weather too, as we're getting into. Gosh, where were we? I feel like we were in August. Was it October? It's October 9th in game.
Which is just past Ormia's birthday, actually.
Oh, nobody celebrated it.
The 5th is her birthday. I'm assuming if they were at her house, they would have.
Nice. Birthday. All right, so everyone is able to fall asleep and have a good night. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think anything else is going on. So the next morning, you all wake up, day of the gala. Ormia, you see, you feel a little bit better as far as the nausea and the aches and pains. You still look just as pale. Your eyes are still kind of puffy and dark. But you feel like maybe you've broken that fever part of it where at least your body's feeling better.
Okay, good. I'm still going to try to rest as much as I can.
Okay.
Just to, rest, drink fluids, all that fun stuff. Get some more medicine to help and try to keep my mind clear.
Okay. All right. Leading up to the gala, does anybody have anything that they want to do?
What time is the gala?
Excuse me. It starts at 7 o'clock in the evening.
Oh.
I actually want to figure out a way to see if it's appropriate for a lady to be. See if there's a way for me to bring in my rapier with the just as a decoration sort of thing. If not, I'm going to figure out the best way to hide a couple of daggers that are within hide them to be within easy access.
They wouldn't allow a standard weapon in there. They do sometimes allow decorative weapons, and you know the difference.
I thought this was a party.
It is a party.
No, we have
Families there.
Just getting prepared.
But you haven't
No
been
party
to one
I've
of
ever
her
been
galas. Emil.
You don't know this.
True.
It'd be up to you how you want to approach. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm probably hoping to bring my weapons, so that'll be embarrassing when I get there.
Yeah, not having never been to one of her galas, you're not sure how she'll receive that. So you're welcome to do whatever you want to do and prep. The standard is that weapons typically aren't allowed. They're often stored in one of the initial rooms you go in, like a mud room of sorts, where jackets are taken and weapons are stored in weapon racks.
A coat check.
Good check.
Hey, could I sneak in a dagger?
You can absolutely try. Yep.
Certainly try.
Watch, I'm gonna roll another 4.
So I'm gonna have two of my daggers
Okay.
with me.
Oh, but during the early afternoon, I do want to spend a couple hours at a leatherworking shop just to keep up with my skill and everything
Okay.
for about 2 or 3 hours or so.
All right. Neat. And if you see any leather items that are standard items in like the player's handbook equipment section, or anything that you want to try and work on, or if you want to come up with something totally random, like I want to make a wristband or whatever, let me know, and then we can actually try and craft it and put that XP towards your crafting level.
Okay.
But go ahead and make a leatherworking check if you would, just to see how you do with this practice during the day.
Yay.
Ooh, nice.
Not
Okay.
too bad.
Yeah, you get to work with some of the raw materials and practice some of the stitching and other work that comes along with it, and you do pretty well. You learn a couple of not shortcuts, but the proper way of doing things that'll save you time in the end. All right. Check the line to the Okay. Anyone else have anything to do during the day before?
Is there anywhere? Oh, she reminded me. Is there a tinker shop that I can work in the area?
I think Zambora would have one, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's. Kaylin will go and do that then.
Okay. I think I added it. Check your skills if you would. Make a tinkering check if it's in there.
Ooh, tinkering check. It's not in there.
Oh. Womp womp. Alright, give me a second. I'll add it. Move, Dan.
Make a tinkering check if you dare.
Psych! Yeah. What? Alright, let's add tinkering. And, well, that's probably why I did. Oh, no. It's because I lost all the information. That's what happened.
Oh.
There's actually going to be 2 tinkering in here because sometimes it requires dexterity and other times it requires intelligence.
Okay.
But you do have proficiency in both now. So what type of thing do you think you'd be tinkering with? Any thoughts or just general learning?
I mean, I guess I don't know if she has anything in particular. If they have any, like, maybe repairing would be something that she'd be interested in kind of working on a bit more.
Okay.
So if they have some, like, stuff to practice on repairing, that'd be fine.
All right. Go ahead and make a tinkering check. Choose the one with dexterity. A dex
dexterity?
tinkering check, yeah.
Great.
Whoa, nice. All right. You're very adept. You pick up. They have some small mechanical work there that you're able to break apart right from the get-go. They allow you to work on it, breaking it apart, finding the broken aspect of it, finding the parts, locating the parts, figuring out what parts are required, and then reassembling it in the time you're there.
Okay.
And you gain some valuable insight into tinkering.
Great.
Okay. Otherwise, the day progresses, and as evening approaches, you're all ready to head over to the Longhorn Estate.
Okay, so Dan, just really quickly, Emil is going to use a combination of his disguise ability and his disguise self spell. He's going to still basically look like Emil, but his eyes will be blue and his hair and beard will be trimmed and white.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Trying not to look exactly like myself, just to be safe.
Nice. Okay.
Also, before Kaylin heads to the dinner, she is going to make a jug of beer with her alchemy jug and pour herself a glass and throw one back.
Okay. And it's delicious.
Pre-game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's delicious.
I'm gonna at least take a bath.
Awesome. All right, so you're all fit into your fancy clothes. Fancy clothes. And
Yeah. Ormia is wearing a gown that's nice. It's like nice and loose, but it's either easy to move in or easy to like rip away, just in case. So she's prepared for things to go down.
Nice. Excellent. All right.
Copious amounts of body glitter.
Awesome. Yeah, you are just an iridescent shimmering star in the evening light with all the body glitter. And I picture, like you say, a nice flowing, light, small item that has like sparkles or some iridescence to it as well, along with the body glitter. And
Bring
you,
the globe too,
You're just
right?
blinding.
yeah. Nice. And you were using it too, Em, the body glitter? Yeah.
Just a little bit, like
Okay.
probably like a little bit on my chest or something like
I can
that.
sort of complement the dress that you're wearing as it opens up. You have the body.
Yeah,
glitter.
because the dress is enough.
Neat. All right. You all make your way over to the Longhorn Estate, which I will share out here. Oh, I already shared it out. Ta-da! It's in your images and map.
Oh wait,
folders.
before we get in,
Yeah.
before we leave, I'm gonna talk to everybody.
Ooh.
So here's the thing: the reason I want to come to this ball is because Iva is going to be distracted. Now is our best chance to find any information that we can about any of these contacts that she has. Because if she has the contacts, then I think it would be prudent to ask her about it. So I want to be looking for things. Probably not in the
Like things to steal?
not things to steal per se, but things. I don't. Oh gosh, sorry.
What are you looking for?
I haven't been feeling well lately. I can't think straight.
You can all see the pale skin and the puffy
okay?
eyes now that you're sort of up close. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had a little sickness for over the past few days, and let me pull up my notes so I can find out what exactly I want to look up. My notes would open. Notes. My notes aren't opening. Okay, there we go. So. Okay. So I'm looking for connections that Iva has to the Black Salamander group. And any possible paper trail that she could have left to to see if she's the one behind Yaris's disappearance. So I'm looking for proof,
Dan, are
basically.
you telling us this, or are you talking to Dan?
Everyone.
Okay.
Ormia's
Great.
telling you this.
Mhm.
This is in character, sorry.
Excellent.
So we're
Do you
looking
need
for
to
papers?
steal
I was gonna
papers?
say, like, pay attention.
If we can find, if we can find something, then maybe we can confront Iva about it. More like
Definitely sneak into rooms and steal stuff at this party. Okay, this is more like a party. I'm familiar with.
yeah, sure, yeah. You're good at that. You're good at that.
I mean, is there any reason why you would suspect her?
Well, it's part of the information that Sam gave me. Was that there was a witness to a couple of people taking Yaris, and he's still here locally. And Iva's the one who has the connect. She's got her fingers in all the pies. She's got the dirty dealings behind the scenes, which is why she's so successful.
Quite familiar with those.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like if anyone would have ordered that to have happened, it would be her. I don't know why. I hope to find out why. And if so, where he is and what's happening to him, because he's still in danger.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
But you're feeling better?
Yeah, well enough.
Right.
I forgot to mention, Dan, along with the 2 daggers, I have hidden with me the compass.
Ooh, okay.
Where?
Exciting.
Hidden.
Never mind. Don't answer that.
I want to watch if you have to handle that.
It's like in
again.
Pirates 3 where they're like, she just keeps pulling out all of these
Clink,
weapons,
clink, clink.
like that.
Is anyone else bringing? Now, everyone would have been advised that they shouldn't bring their weapons. But is anyone else trying to sneak any weapons in? I know M and Ormia
I
are.
don't think Caitlin will. No.
Just my holy symbol.
I'll probably regret that later, but no.
I would try and bring a dagger in for sure.
Okay. So M, Ormia, and Emil, if you can all roll a sleight of hand check, just to see how you do go about keeping it hidden.
Since I had all day to do this and would have prepared, like, a way for my dress to hide it, could I have advantage?
Let's see. Let's see. You've got the whole day. Yeah, I guess you guys can roll with advantage.
Okay, because
Whew, 21. M doesn't have to. That's oh my gosh. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Well,
Glad someone's armed.
yeah, you guys rolled exceptionally well on both rolls. All right. Yep, you guys feel pretty confident in your skills, your hiding ability here as you approach the building. Is there any particular order you guys are walking up to the house in?
I'll go first.
And you're approaching from the top left, the top of the screen off to the left there, in between 6B, room 6B and 3D. That's sort of like a staging area where you see some horses and carts and other people walking about.
I'll just be near the back.
I'll go in after Ormia.
Okay.
Going after Caitlin.
All right. Does that put what Felix and Astrid and Emil in the middle?
Yep.
Sounds good.
I can. Emil could be towards the end just because he's not used to going in the door.
Okay. All right. Let me open up Astrid's thing here for a minute. And I'm sorry, Felix, you were toward the back? You were the other one? Or was it Ryan?
Towards the middle is fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to have Astrid and Emil. I'll roll for Astrid. If you can roll a... I guess it'd be a wisdom check. Wisdom check. Woo! Nice. Okay. Oh, Astrid too. Well, the two of you... as you approach the door to enter the Longhorn estate, everyone else is heading up to the door, and Ormia, your invitation is being checked. There's always a formal invitation that goes along with it, of course, and verified, and they're showing you in the door, and you all sort of start, entering the building. And both Emil and Astrid, I know she's not here, but in case she watches it later, you both have this sense of foreboding, like, I really shouldn't enter this place. Like a resistance, like the EBGBs, basically.
I mean, Emil will play with his dice a little bit and, maybe roll a couple, but...
Okay.
I mean, I'm still going to go in, but...
Okay. You do that and sort of build up the will to step inside despite the feeling, as does Astrid. And you guys are now in... I should probably keep that map open. Let's see. So let me put you guys on the map. Would be handy, huh? It'd be nice to move your characters around. I have this old song Mel Torme sings, "Give Your Shoes a Shine," stuck in my head now because of the shoe shine thing. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the proper door here? All right, you're all being led in. I believe it's this door down here. So Emil and Astrid, I think you guys are last. The squares don't quite line up, but that's fine. Astrid on here. Kaylin, I think you were with Ryan, when was it?
I was behind Ormia, but yeah, in front of Rylan. Yeah.
Okay. Ormia, you're right in the front here. And Felix, you're middle-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So who did I not get yet? M. And M, I think you were middle-ish, right? Okay. All right, I think that's everyone. Let me know if I missed anybody.
Oh my goodness, we're so tiny on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom in.
It's a huge map.
Wow. We're really tiny.
Okay, there we go. Wee little characters. So everyone has their normal movement speed while in here. You see a number of people. Don't mind the actual weapons on the tokens in here. I just don't have people that stand around idly in my token collection. So they're not actually armed. That you can see. They're just sort of, waltzing about. We'll zoom out a little so we get an idea of the rough area. As you enter, you're just overcome with the smell of really delicious food. There's a whole assortment. You see chefs and servers and dishwashers just buzzing about. You appear to be in a kitchen-esque area. Larger than many homes that you've been in. Aside from you, Ormia, you're sort of accustomed to this. It's sort of a sight to behold. Felix, you spot a number of dishes you've never seen before, with your culinary eye. There is as you glance to your right, but the map's left. There is a dining area with some people already sitting down and eating and talking. And to your left, but the right of the map there, towards 4B, there's a hallway. And let's see. I don't think you've actually been here before, Ormia, so you're not really sure what else is beyond that. But there's a sitting area to the left on the
You
map.
mentioned
there,
I've been
Feifty.
to the galas a couple of times before.
If I said that, then definitely.
Okay.
2A is the area where the dancing takes place, and the celebration itself, the gala, is usually held within there for the most part. But people are generally free to walk around these main areas because it's just servants' quarters, a dining area. Typically, it's a faux pas to go towards any bedroom that has 2 or fewer beds on the map, as far as private bedrooms go. Yeah.
Can somebody remind me? We had a dancing event earlier, didn't we? Where somebody was spectacularly awful. Was that Astrid or?
It was Astrid, I think.
Oh, that was at the bar.
She did the
right?
worm
Yeah.
and with the
She was
antlers
so
and ka-thunk,
bad.
ka-thunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had her natural one there. Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I was also not very good at dancing with the statue of Bahamut, so that's good.
That's right, to do the dip. You do hear music off from the 2A area. No sign currently of Iva Longhorn. Not in this room.
I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Nice. You just walk over to a counter like where some chefs are working, and you see some finished food and start picking it off the plate, like.
Like, hey.
And they sort of give you a look like, but don't say anything, because you look like a
hungry.
noble and you present yourself. Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of to guide you over into the dining halls. Go pick a seat. It's a lot easier to eat this sort of food when you're sitting.
I'm not used to just sitting and eating. I'm used to like eating on the go.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Oh, I might try that for a minute.
It's strange here. You just sit and relax. This is supposed to be fun.
So Emil has a bit of. Let's say he's been in houses that were on his own once or twice before, and he tends to prepare, like, trust his preparation and trust his instincts. Like he's more the cautious, think things through than get by on his wits and abilities. So the fact that he felt really, really uneasy when they entered, he's going to kind of be on alert. I think what he's going to do is just kind of walk and observe. But if there are any like people in priest uniforms here, I'd love to meet a cleric and find out if they're also kind of ill at ease. Because that might be one way to read the room if there's a problem like that going on.
Okay.
I mean, we do have a cleric in our group.
Are there people like starving?
We have a cleric this week.
Oh,
Yes.
Ta-da!
yay!
Neat.
I know.
Okay, I would definitely go right to Ryan.
Oh, we still love you.
and ask her if this place feels okay.
You can make a
Like-
perception check if you want, Ryan.
Okay.
Are there people around like serving and they're the housemaids or anything like that?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of kitchen staff and servers here with plates and trays of food.
Okay, 24%.
You might want to look at them too, because sometimes they'll have stuff to say. Keep an eye out for them. Body language and all that.
Ryanwyn, as you look around and examine and sort of put out your divine feelers, as it were, the place feels all right. You don't sense anything too off, or it just seems like a fancy homestead.
Everything seems okay to me.
Okay. I mean, that's not going to stop Emil. I think he's going to do kind of just a slow investigation, try and find out what's going on, what kind of people are here. I mean, that's kind of what he would do anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, just gradual socialization and investigating what's going on, who's there, what, if anybody else is ill at ease. Just slowly over time, not in a panicked way anyway.
I'm going to say that Astrid would probably interject and say, you feel that too? As you were asking Rhinewin.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's like just a bad feeling about even coming in here, right? It was... None of you had that? Just Emil and I? Huh. And you can see her sort of on alert to examine things.
I think that Kaylin would be looking around kind of, you know, in awe and just kind of looking at people, but I think that she would probably stay a little bit close to Ormia as much as she can. Not to watch her, but just because she's not completely comfortable.
You're the one person I know at this party.
Exactly. Kind of looking over at the food and being like, oh, I kind of wish I could
Wandering
get some.
wandering over to the dining hall.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Neat.
And,
Go ahead and move your tokens if you want, guys, and let me know where you want to head. You can move up to dash speed in here because it's a huge mansion. I'm not going to make you go.
Little tiny token.
Are there people bringing around appetizers or amuse-bouches?
This seems to be the central hub, so you see people walking past to the dining area and out to the gala, the main room. But they stop for it. They'll stop for you if you ask to pick some off. They do have the large serving trays with hors d'oeuvres and such.
Sure, yeah. I'll take an hors d'oeuvre and ask, excuse me, could you direct me to where the washroom might be?
Oh, it's the washroom? Well, yes, certainly. The closest one is, I gotta look at the map. Wherever the closest washroom. I mean, let's see.
There are bathrooms in here, right? Like,
I mean, most of it is like outdoor stuff. Like it's still that time frame. But they say, 5B there has a couple basins that you can, if you're just looking to wash your hands and clean up. If you're looking for a bathroom, there's, outhouses.
does everybody hold it?
Yeah. Well, the outhouses
We're
are...
nobility. We don't have bowel movements.
Yes, unheard of.
You just skip that part.
Excellent. Felix tucks that information away just in case he needs to make an excuse later.
Neat. And they
he's gonna
carry
move
on
towards
back about it.
2A.
Rhinewin's heading for the dance floor.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Probably gonna roll a 1. And
Yeah, go ahead and make a performance check if you want to bust a move.
well, I'm not busting a move yet. I'm observing to see what kind of dancing they're doing first.
You see, the waltz, a lot of box steps, very, very formal, very slow, swaying type dances. You don't really see anyone busting loose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What do we got? Well, it's mostly like a couples thing, right? So.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What does
Yeah.
not
So she's gonna have to Shanghai somebody in to dance with her.
What did they not it?
Perfect. I mean, you find some there's definitely some unsuspecting men and women about that are just, minding their business, sort of timidly, maybe having small talk with some other people, some sitting by the punch bowl, as it were.
This is like every awkward high school dance ever.
Really is, yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you want to pick someone out.
Okay. Well, she's probably gonna march up to somebody who looks like they might be wanting to dance, and just drags them onto the floor with her.
Okay. You find someone that looks a little timid, a little shy, and sort of, glances up at you a couple times as you're approaching. Hello. as you just sort of take them and, yes, hello, and I'll drag them off to the, let's dance. Oh, and they just sort of, go with you as you're tugged along. And out to the dance floor they go.
Yep.
You can roll a performance check if you'd like.
Get it
Bust a
done.
dude.
Okay. I don't have proficiency, but I do have a slight bonus, so what the hell?
Okay. Well, it's not terrible. You're not familiar with the dance, and you're leading, and they're trying to lead because they're not very good at dancing either. So it ends up with a little bit of stumbling and some hurt toes. But it's still a fun experience. It's not so bad that it turned into a negative.
I'm gonna watch for a few minutes, and I'm not gonna join in. No, I'll just watch for a few minutes and kind of scan everybody and kind of look around and kind of take in the vibe of everything that's going on. And then I want to go towards the kind of walk along towards the 4B bedrooms and stuff and
Okay.
look around.
Let's see, 4B. All right. You walk through this hallway. Let me zoom back out on the map a little bit here. And these are some of the servants' quarters, it looks like. It's modest. I'm sorry, these are some of the guest quarters. You've experienced the hotel, basically, in Metz that was primo, top of the line. And this has 4 beds in it, which is already not as nice. But it's a modest setup. There's room. There's some comforts, creature comforts in there. But they appear to be for guests. But you can roll an investigation check if you want to. Is there anything in particular you're looking for, or just trying to see what they look like?
I kind of want to go down the stairs. Just to be nosy.
Okay.
See if anybody spots me going down the stairs.
Make a stealth check to see if anyone notices you in that room. Okay. Despite the body glitter, you blend into the darkness. Half a plate full of food in hand, you just sort of sneak by and manage to quietly go down the stairs. It leads down to a small platform of the stairs where it turns 90 degrees and heads down further. It's actually it's an unlocked door at the bottom. It's a rather small room. The door's already ajar. And it appears to be a wine cellar.
I hit the jackpot. I'll go down there and just finish my food in peace and quiet.
Okay. It's nice and cool and dark, and you're able to finish your food in peace.
No loud noises or anything like that.
You kind of walk around a bit and check the different bottles, and just to see what they are. They all look pretty old. You notice some of the dates are 50, 60 years ago. Some a little bit more than that.
I want to see if there are any secret doors or anything like that.
Okay.
Down there.
Make an investigation check. It's a good check. You don't find any traps or hidden doors, rather. No secrets, unfortunately.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
I'll take a bottle and start drinking it while I'm walking up.
Nice! It is a delicious bottle of wine. It's very rich in flavor. There isn't too much tanginess or anything like that. It's probably the best bottle of wine best wine you've ever had. I'm going to say Astrid will probably go around with sort of Emil and Felix in that area. Okay, so what's Ormia, what are you up to? You're here in the dining hall, I think?
Yeah, I'm in the dining hall, just kind of. I'm not feeling really well enough to do much but munch, but I've got some water that I'm drinking. I'm just kind of looking around for anyone I know.
Ah, neat. You see, since you've come in, I mean, you spot a couple people that you're maybe not quite acquaintances with. You've met them. They are other, wealthy families in Zambora. But no one
I
that
know of you.
Yeah, like head nod worthy people, not really like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, what up? Yeah.
Your existence is known.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
My grandfather was business partners with your grandfather.
Nice. Felix, what are you up to?
Felix is kind of looking around for people who might look like they might be in a clique together, like either similar dress or just talking together in a group.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
If Felix and Emil would roll investigation checks, because Emil, I have a rough idea of what you're looking to do as well. Whew. Nice.
Yeah, this is my gold medal skills, so.
Awesome.
Nice.
Let's see, Emil. This, it's a lot. Not a lot to take in, but it's a lot of. It's an entirely different setup than what you're accustomed to. There's a lot of decadence here. There's a lot of food that's wasted. A lot of things that's just a giant waste of money.
Yeah, Emil's probably a little uncomfortable by all of this, as you imagine. So.
Just to think that there's this much food for the number of people you've seen so far is already, way overboard. And you see scraps thrown out, things that could feed people that are hungry. So far, you don't notice much out of place. It seems to be a gala. You do hear, what is interesting to you is how freely some of these nobles discuss things that you imagine they wouldn't want overheard. It's as though they have their guard down a little bit here, and it's not easy to eavesdrop on them. But say you had an investigation check of 22, it would be feasible to overhear what they're saying. And some of the things are like, oh, geez, like poor shady business practices or talking smack about someone else. It's a lot of that type of buzz. You seem to be a snooty bunch.
Okay. Nobody's really called attention to my hat, right?
You see no one else with a tall hat, with a top hat this grand here. This is apparently just an extraordinary top hat.
I overdressed for the party.
I love it.
Yeah. That's great. Now, Felix, with an 8, you don't see, too much. It's just a lot of people in here. The only grouping of people you see is at the long table to the left of the room there. You see a woman sitting in the center that seems to be decked out with bling. She has jewelry, like several rings on each finger, and the earrings and the necklace, and in her hair it's done up with jewelry, and the clothes are embroidered with a bunch of jewelry attached. It's almost to a gaudy level. You could probably buy a few houses with her wardrobe. And then a couple other noble type people sitting at that table, as well as another 4 seats at that table. And they're sort of talking amongst themselves, almost looking down. You get the vibe they're sort of looking down their noses at the rest of the gala.
I'll try to either admire artwork that's nearby, but just get a little closer to them, see if I can overhear any part of that conversation.
Okay. Alright, let me get this back. I should move this. Okay. So, yeah, you're able to listen in a little easier now. Make a... what would that be? I guess a stealth check, just to be sort of nonchalant about heading this close to the head table.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I guess that has to be really technically against their perception here. They don't know this crap. They don't. They don't. Okay. All right. You walk up to the table. And you start listening. They seem to be, two of them sort of hush, disengage from the conversation. But the other three are talking about, sounds like business dealings, their personal business dealings, other business dealings of people in the city. Not too much smack talk about anyone, just upper crust kind of talk about business. But two of them sort of grow quiet as you sort of walk over and approach.
Oh God.
Fair enough. I'll probably just linger for a little bit and move on.
Okay. Reinwin, you are still dancing unless you want to do anything else, but it's pretty fun. You're having a pretty good time out there.
Yeah, I think I'll keep doing that.
Okay.
If other people need to go off and do sneaky things and they need a distraction, I am perfectly willing to do that as well.
Neat. All right, let me check back with Emrysina then. What would you like to do next, Em?
I'm gonna walk down this hallway and go towards where all the dancing people are. Yeah. Can I move my token, please?
Oh,
2,
wait, did I click on this and lock it?
No,
Are you
it was
going?
me. I kept
Oh.
clicking squares instead of.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I could.
And you can move a little more freely if you want. I mean, if you have a room
Yeah,
down
like,
here you want to
I
check out.
want to be like right here,
Okay.
and let's see. This
Dan,
is
does
really,
this place have an upstairs? I can't.
really nice house.
No,
Or is it-
you think there's this one area that has maybe like a small attic space for storage.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's essentially a one-level
Okay.
building. Mm-hmm.
What is that little spot at 3F? That pile right there. Is that like?
3F. That's a stack of, I don't know, looks like hay. Possibly for a kennel outside, we'll say. They must have had a reason for having hay in the house, I guess.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah, so Em, as you walk in, you see Reinwin dancing about, and she sort of gives you a nod like she's ready in case you need a distraction kind of thing. I mean, you've traveled enough where you kind of get that impression as she nods to you.
Maybe a little too eagerly.
Yeah. You need me.
Are you sure you don't need a distraction? Yeah, I'll sit here.
Is there anything you want to look for in here, Em? Or do?
I kind of want to look around the room and look at the servers and stuff and see if who is? Oh, sorry, somebody was texting me. I wanted to look around the room and see if I could see any of like strange body language or anything on any of the servers and stuff like that. And I guess that would be like perception.
I mean, it's
Insight?
insight to
Insight?
tell. I don't know if you could scan the whole room, but you could look in an
At least
area.
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Let me do the part where Felix is with all the people by the table or at the
okay.
table. See if I can read anybody. I guess.
Neat.
Let me know if it's the wrong one.
No, that's right. Okay. You look. You're as you step in, you're seeing Felix sort of walk over towards the table nonchalantly, and as you're looking at these 5 people at the head table, this air of arrogance comes off the woman in the center. Definitely looking down at essentially everyone in the room. The other 4 people also seem to be a bit snooty based on some of their mannerisms and the faces they're making. You see 2 of them tense up a little bit and grow quiet as this Felix sort of walks over towards that area. Because that would have happened around the same time. All right. Ormia and Kaylin, what are you guys up to?
Since
No, go ahead, Ormia.
Oh, sorry. That was a bad setup. Sorry.
I was gonna say that I think Kaylin would just kind of gingerly sit down at the table, look around, and just kind of wait. I don't think that she's kind of out of place. She'd rather be off somewhere reading a book. And she's seriously thinking about, I think that's a door right there in that room.
Yeah.
She keeps looking at the door and she's like, wondering when the food we brought in.
Nice.
I'll, go around, say hi to a few of the people I recognize, and then I'm gonna zoom in on the map. And I'm gonna kind of... Okay. I'm just gonna kind of start heading back out. Just kind of nod at Kaylin and I'm gonna look around.
Okay.
Sort of thing. So I'm heading out in this direction over towards where was I gonna go? It was a thing. Oh, what are those S's on the map? Like between 3E and 3G? What is that, like, S in the doorway?
No
Secret
idea.
Door.
Oh, okay.
Just
Like-
a doorway, we'll say. Yeah.
Secret tunnel.
It's probably a secret thing in the original map, but...
Okay.
Maybe.
So
I don't know.
I lost myself on the map. There I am. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of wander out over here into the dance hall
Okay.
and just kind of stand aside, just drinking water and looking around.
Okay. Neat. As you step in, you see Felix over by that table. Ryanwin's spinning and dancing. She gives you sort of the same wink and thumbs up, like, you need me. I'm there. And you spot, sitting in the center of the head table, Iva Longhorn, along with 4 other very wealthy nobles from Zambora.
I thought so. All right. I'm just gonna kind of wander around here and just kind of keep an eye on her and try to catch her eye.
Okay. You sort of waltz over there in an attempt to approach and not too of a... Oh, I see you're over here.
Yeah.
Waltzing across the floor just to see if she's going to notice.
Just kind of like keeping to the edge of the dancing, like I'm just trying to go around it.
Okay. Make a perception check if you would. And actually, she's going to make a perception check. I should do first. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
17.
Currently, she doesn't notice you at all. She rolled 1, so she doesn't notice you at all. She's sort of engrossed with, assessing whatever topic is being held in your conversation at the head table.
Is she a loud talker?
She seems to be, currently does not seem to be very loud. There's some music playing in this room. There's a small quartet that's playing some music, so it's not the easiest to hear. There's a lot of talking and murmuring over the dancing, too. If you're, like, Felix can sort of hear where he's from, but otherwise, if you're further than that, it's hard to hear. Emil, if you would make a you look around and you're trying to mind your business. There are some people that are walking by every so often. One of them stops uncomfortably close and is eating off the table next to you. Go ahead and make an intelligence check, if you would. So, gentleman, dressed to the nines in a very fancy outfit, posture very refined. And it's not until you take a couple glances, almost do a triple take, that you recognize that this is Tony the Ham, dressed in a very convincing disguise.
Heyo.
So beyond my surprise, the fact that he was on another continent a couple of days ago.
That was quick.
To be fair, so were we.
I mean, I know we were, but I know how we got here.
Yeah.
I think I'll grab some food from like the same place he's grabbing food and just say in a low voice, "How's business?"
Without looking up and just picking and nibbling at his food and very putting on airs as he does so. You hear the same sort of gruff voice out of his very refined noble's mouth. Business is going wells. I has to checks in on you. I see you're wearing your silly hat. I take that as an acceptance.
Well, yes, but this hat is magnificent, not silly.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Isn't it? Is it?
Oh no.
I would say so. And he turns to look at you, and he has this huge, silly mustache. But he's, yes, magnificent indeed. I loves it. I'm glad to see that you do, in fact, have an interest in business.
Speaking of business, is your business just checking up on, people? Or, there's something about this party that makes me think that I'm not the only reason you're here.
This particular trips is just for yous. I'm on recruiting duty. But you're right. I sense something isn't quite right about this place here. Have you seen the woman in the main room? That whole group of people at the head tables?
Haven't seen them yet. Was headed that way.
You see the decadence of this place as he picks up a cracker?
Cracker, oh my god.
I don't think Emil answers, but I think like he's in disguise and but he disguises himself, but he's trying to put on a certain, and so I think just for a second his mask kind of drops and Emil looks like he's angry, like almost enraged at what's going on about him, and then he kind of composes himself. But he doesn't speak, he just
There's no way they make this kind of money in a legit fashion. And the waste here, ridiculous. But that's for the local factor to handle. We can pass information along. They can do what they do.
Well, lots of information being freely offered tonight for those with an ear.
Well, what you can expect next is word from someone else.
Okay.
We'll start you off with something we think that you can handle, and you can test your mettle, see how you hold up this line of work. We can, one town at a time, one person at a time, is wheeze can makes a difference.
Sounds good. In the meantime, I'm going to track down the source of whatever's making me uneasy tonight.
Well, I hope to keep in contacts with you, and I'll see you soon. Really loud slurp from his last drink of tea. He sets it down and walks by and just gives you sort of a pat on the shoulder as he walks off.
Okay, yeah. That's cool. Emil will kind of pat him on the shoulder too as he walks by, and then get his bearings, and I think I'm going to head through 2A towards 1A.
Okay. Ooh, neat.
Quick question, Dan.
Yeah.
Is Iva's son in the main room here?
You haven't spotted him yet.
I'm also keeping an eye out for him.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of hard to miss because he's really brash. He's has a very squished face, like he was hit in the face with a shovel as a child or something. It's very, features are just really flat and squished out, and it's just a homely person.
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, probably why he's such an asshole. Or possibly his upbringing. But on that note, we'll take our bio break since I know we started a little bit late, but I don't want to miss too much of the bio. So for those that don't know, we take just a 5 to 8 minute bio break in the middle here while we continue streaming, and then we will be back. So we'll catch you all soon.
Okay.
All right. We are back, y'all. Oh, I meant to open that up, but I didn't. So. Now that the hay is thoroughly saturated, Frank, we're
Ew.
ready to roll.
Ew. Okay, yeah, that's. I mean, is that what it's for?
Cool.
Oh no!
Just
Hopefully, that's not what it's
stand
actually
and go.
for. Yeah.
It is kind of separated from everything, so.
Yeah. You look up, Kaylin looks up, and you sort of notice that
Wouldn't it
Ormia's
smell
gone.
after a while?
And you're like now at this party, sort of alone in the dining area. There's randos sitting around the table.
Maybe it's like supposed to actually be firewood for that fireplace that's right there in 3E.
Oh, maybe.
Let's
Yeah.
go with firewood. Yeah, makes
Not
a lot more
tea
sense.
spot.
It's just like a wood store. So then the wood doesn't get wet when it's outside.
There you go.
Okay. Bone in my throat. Just for reference to M.
Should I get murdered in that movie?
Sounded like it. That's
No,
awesome.
that would be my child screaming.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh.
I don't want to sleep. Yeah.
But they do have those murder screams.
Don't. Yeah. Oh.
And then you're like,
Yep.
I will give
Blood
you something to
curdling.
scream about.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Are they still teething?
Liam's fine. That was
okay.
the 4-year-old.
It did sound more like a yeah. I don't know. It's the infant, like the newborn scream, these cry/scream
Yeah.
that is shrill to me. The rest I can handle, not a problem. But that newborn one, it's like a timbre to it, like a frequency, and it's just like for me, just
Dan's like, make it stop.
Oh yeah. It's just. Ooh. I mean, I guess that's the nature's intent. All right, go deal with it.
Yeah.
But ooh, yeah.
My cat's name is Liam.
Yeah. So just for reference for
That's a good
Emrysina and Emil, that
It is a
door
good name.
to the right is slightly ajar. It's a double door, and one of them is sort of slightly ajar into room 1A. Because M, you're right near the door, and I think Emil, you were looking over there. Okay, so that's sort of where we're at. I guess we'll take it back up to Ormia, and we'll kind of cover down from there. Ormia, you're sort of walking around the outskirt of all the dancing in the center of this room at this massive gala. There's a good 20, 25 people here that are sort of on the dance floor and around and about at little tables set up with food and the punch. And little reading nooks, sitting rooms essentially, or sitting setups with chairs around different corners of the room here. And again, you see Iva Longhorn at the head table up there. You're keeping an eye out on her, and as you look, she hasn't noticed you at all yet.
Right, that's typical. I'm just gonna kind of glance back at her every so often, but I'm just gonna keep walking, nodding, saying hello to people I know. I'm just gonna keep moving forward.
Yay, avoidance.
Yeah, seriously. And I'm gonna start heading for these bedrooms because I know the layout of the house. So I'm kind of wanting to head towards Iva's room, or like where an office area would be.
Okay. You know that the main bedrooms are in the northern part of this area, basically 3D and 3C. The last time that you were here, I mean, yeah, I guess you wouldn't know whose is whose or whatever, but you know all the bedrooms are up in this northern section. And at the previous galas, you've seen just the closed doors, but clearly 3D and 3C seem to be larger. The door is ornate, and it's this heavy, heavy wood, beautifully carved. solid wood doors on those two bedrooms. The other ones just sort of have, nice doors nonetheless, but not the same as 3D and 3C. Is your
Okay,
previous
and
knowledge.
those squiggly lines on the map are also doorways,
Yes.
like heading into 3C. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Then I'm gonna continue to head. You know what? I'll go to the fancy door first. So I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna not grab the map. I'm gonna grab my token, and just continue.
Okay, you step up through this doorway and you spot seems to be servants' quarters. It's a very open area, no privacy in here. Lined with small, maybe moderately comfortable beds, lined up almost military style. 12, I think. Let me scan the map up here a little bit. Yeah. And that's sort of what you see from here. You see that large room we've seen before, 3D off to the left, and that's about all you catch from here. Go ahead and let me know what you want to do next, and I'll get you primed and then jump down to everyone else.
Okay. So are all of these people around? Are they also nobles, or are they more servants?
There's a noble. You see like one or two that have gone through the hallway section, maybe to different areas of the house have been nobles, but for the most part, the rest are servants.
Okay, I'm gonna find like a teenage girl-looking servant who looks kind of like she doesn't like it here. I'm gonna find someone like that, someone who looks like that, and just kind of go up to her and be like, quick question, I'm curious. Those fancy doors over there, whose room is that?
She turns around. Oh, I'm sorry, milady. She saw like your face with the puffy eyes and the.
Oh no, it's all right. You're quite all right. I'm just curious.
Oh, my apologies. And are you asking about 3C or 3D or both?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Why not?
Those...
I can do that.
They're the and she kind of looks around, and the other servants are sort of giving her an eye, but she sees you're noble and acts accordingly. They're the master's quarters, ma'am, my lady.
Okay. So Iva sleeps in those ones over there. Just she mentioned she might have something for me, and I thought I would just go kind of make sure that everything's all right.
Well, I believe the lady of the house is down in the main room at the head table. But yes, that those are her quarters, and she points over toward 3D. I don't have access, but you can speak with her if you wish.
Oh, I already have, but thank you so much. I just, it's such a big house. You can get kind of turned around sometimes, and I feel like, oh, you work here, you must know.
Oh,
so
I hope I was of service then.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Good day. She sort of gives you,
I'll slip her a silver piece. Just thank you for your help.
Oh, it was. Thank you, ma'am. She pockets it and sort of carries on about her business.
And I'm gonna just walk up like I know what I'm doing. Like, oh, I have something to go get from her room, and just go and open the door.
There you go.
You walk up, it's locked. You do a quick scan, and it looks like no one spotted that maneuver. You don't really see anyone in line of sight currently.
And I think to myself, where is our rogue?
Neat. Speaking of, let me go down and just see who's next down on the map. So, M.
Scene cut.
Yeah. M, what do you want to be doing?
I am going to go to 1A And that's an outside balcony, right?
It's actually, as
Sorta.
you look through the doorway, it's not. There are windows along the eastern and southern wall. There's a massive stairwell that goes up in square fashion up to what you saw on your arrival as the only sort of attic-type space on the house is in this back corner. You imagine these stairs likely go up to that. This is considered the great room. Some of the smaller get-togethers may be held in this room, but currently it's used for sort of the overflow from the main event in 2A. So there are some people walking around, a few nobles. It's about like 5 or 6 nobles that are just completely wrapped up in their own conversations with one another, and then a couple servants sort of fluttering into the room to serve and do their business and then leave and coming back. But no one near that person. No one near the stairwell on the bottom.
I want to go up the stairwell.
Okay.
I've been really nosy today.
That's awesome. I'm gonna
I
move
mean,
you. You can get
we're
up
supposed to
to.
be.
You approach up to here. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Nope, you're fine. I'm gonna scoot you back. You go
Yeah,
all the
go
way
ahead.
up, and there's a doorway here. That is just slightly ajar.
I want to push it open,
Yeah.
but it doesn't make any sound. Is it like a really heavy door, or is it lighter?
It's a solid wood door. Yeah, I mean, it looks to be in pretty good shape. Everything in this mansion is on point. A lot of upkeep here.
Okay, I want to push the door open and kind of peek around it. I just realized I still have that bottle of wine probably, so I'm gonna set it down and kind of peek around the doorway.
Okay. All right. I'm going to move you just essentially you're underneath here, looking up one more stairway as it continues up to seemingly one open room at the top of the stairs. You can't quite see the room yet because you're still too low. You have to go up this flight of steps if you want to look around.
Yeah, I'll go up.
Okay. I guess make a stealth check if you're trying to be quiet. Wow. They rolled a 20. They have no modifier. And you just got a 21. So you literally beat them by 1.
Nice.
Okay. So what you see, and what they don't see you see a lone person. It takes me forever to pull this up, of course. Let me just get them on the map. Okay, I don't actually see them for some reason. Why did you... I swear sometimes this drives me nuts. Let me try that again. Alright, so you say... I'm just going to take that off. And I'm going to put them... I've got to... Fantasy Grounds did me in on this one.
No.
Alright, I'd like to do this. Yeah. And then this. Here we go. Yay! Rando guy. Okay. So... Let me zoom in. Oh, so many windows to move around. Zoom in for chat. Okay.
Rando guy.
So yeah, you head up and you look just above as you're climbing the stairs. You're looking up over the floorboards, and you see a male gnome, sort of walking about, reading something off of a scroll. Looks like he's in his early first century of life. Very coal black, almost slick back hair, very dapper look, noble dress. Make a perception check, though, if you would. I'm going to give you advantage because you're just standing there and he didn't see you, so you can roll a second time if you want. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
She sees everything.
Yeah. There was actually something
style.
sort of hard to spot, but that really blew it away. Okay. So he's reading something. You see him. He's got a monocle, and he's sort of adjusting that as he's reading through his scroll. But there's a glimmer at his waist that catches your eye. A shine. And you see suspended from a short gold chain in a loop at his waist is a small, it looks like an arrowhead made of gold. And it's bound in sort of like a leather perimeter. But it spins as he walks and turns, and it spins a little bit on this chain. And on the back side, you see, it's a gold arrowhead on the front. As it rotates around, the back has an actual arrowhead. Actually, a familiar sight. Lost to memory until this moment. As the memory of this arrowhead rushes back, this is an arrowhead that it's your father's handiwork. And it actually bears your name etched on its face. Now, ages ago, when you were but a child, when you hit your first bullseye, your younger brother insisted that you etch your name into it as a rite of passage, sort of. You lost it ages ago during your survival training in the woods there with your folks, and you were heartbroken at the time as you were so young. And it really meant a lot to you. So your brother actually spent night after night after night out there looking for it in the woods. Though to your knowledge, he never found it. Yet, here it is on this person's waist.
I'm gonna take, as I'm going up the stairs trying to be quiet, I'm taking out my dagger really slowly because I'm not sure what's going on. And when I see it, I'm going to be like, who are you and what are you doing with my arrowhead?
Okay. Milady, I didn't see you enter. My apologies. Arrowhead? I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Yes, at your waist.
Oh, this. Oh, I've had this for ages. Yes, I made it myself. Do you like it?
I do.
Insight check that dude.
Yeah.
Hey, 13. I mean, you already know he's, lying out his butt because your name is etched on it. You definitely know this is yours. And he's moderately convincing, though. If you didn't know that was definitely yours, you might believe him.
No, he's good.
But you know better.
Where did you find it?
Well, I'm sorry, milady. I just these are my private quarters that you've entered. I'm lodging here for the night, and the intrusion is a little out of the ordinary, is it not?
That may be. But you still haven't answered the question.
That was a really loud roll. Okay. He hasn't noticed your dagger yet, so. Well, as I said, this is this is mine. Yes, he's getting a little more nervous now. I made this many years ago.
Why are your private quarters, quote unquote, all the way out here? Or up here, I should say.
This was the only quarters available. It offers me some additional privacy. I don't like to mingle too much, but I do attend the gala from time to time as requested by the lady of the house.
You don't seem to be attending anything. You're squirreled away over here.
Oh, yes, but that's my business, just to be frank. You have stepped into my quarters.
I didn't realize you were here. But you do need to know that my name is etched on that.
And you see sort of that, a whole guy sort of drop. I say, well then. I guess it kind of does like a rough. We'll have to approach this a different way, won't we? Go ahead and roll initiative. M.
Shit. Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
I can do the right. Plate is in the way.
Sorry, hang on. What did you roll? 14?
Mm-hmm.
You got a 22, but I let me give everyone a rest, because you should have all had a full rest, and I don't want to chip anyone with hit points. Alright, yeah, 22, you had 14. Okay, so as that sets up, I'm going to jump over to just see what everyone else is up to here.
I should have brought both of my daggers. But that's okay.
All right, so let's see. We hit up M. So Ryman, are you still sort of ready to be a distraction and dancing, or is there anything you'd like to do?
Well, I'm not good at sneaking or sleight of hand, so yeah.
Dancing it is.
Dancing it is.
You're sort of.
I am a glitter ball.
You're already garnering a lot of attention. You know, between the magnificent flowing hair and your dance moves you're picking it up pretty quickly as you're out there. And there's people watching you, and you're, a different partner wants to jump in every so often. And it's not quite a dance circle yet, but it's growing to be that way.
Dance off.
And I'll say, who would be next? Felix, what are you up to next?
Oh man,
He just got kind of left behind.
I'm trying not to meta here. Let's see. Are there any servants that could I see where the servants are coming from?
From the northern door, you see some come and go from the eastern door, as well as the southern door into the kitchen. You did see Emil enter and start heading to the eastern door, and you saw Emrysina go through that eastern door, because you're sort of looking out that way. Imagine you're out staring at the wall, because that would be very conspicuous. So, looking over the other way, yeah.
Please.
If I saw a couple people move towards the east, I'll probably head that way. Now, when you say east, do you mean?
I'm sorry, to the right. Yeah, my bad. I forgot the compass is turned sideways on this map.
Right. I'll head in that direction. I'll see. I kind of want to see if there's like a general area where the servants congregate. Like maybe. Well, I'm looking for some servants' clothes so I can move around freely.
Well, the ones heading to the bottom door seem to all be handling kitchen stuff. The ones heading out of the right door seem to be handling drinks mostly, but also returning to the kitchen. You see some servants. It's almost as though some retire to the top door, and then some fresh ones come out from the top door, just a little bit. But you probably would have picked some of that up. You also saw Ormia head through the top door.
Okay, top door it is then.
Okay.
There's so many doors.
All right.
It's a good thing we're not Vox Machina.
Well, the earrings would be handy right now.
Oh, yeah.
Gala.
And go ahead and move through the door and do what you want. I'm gonna grant a little extra movement here, just to keep things rolling for you all.
Oh, sure.
So you walk through that door. You'd probably see, just as you're doing that, you saw Ormia sort of, walk into the. I guess no one saw that, but as you're walking in, you can look around. You probably see Ormia over there by that door.
Sounds great. I'll kind of make my way over there.
Okay. You see him approach Ormia.
Ormia, have you found anything?
This is Iva's room. But the door is locked. I think we should try to get in before anyone else comes around.
Should we forcibly try to get in? I mean, it'll probably be pretty
sneakily.
obvious. Okay.
Sneakily. I mean, one of us can try to lockpick it. I'm not entirely sure what. Is that a dexterity check, Dan?
If you aren't proficient, you could do it at disadvantage, but you need something. You need a makeshift 2 tiny needles, basically. Some sort of makeshift lockpicks.
Right.
You...
2 hairpins.
Yeah, I was going to say, you may have those with a fancy dress. So you pull those out in your hair, that part of your hair, because it's in layers or whatever. that part of the bun is released, yeah. La 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 la. So whichever one of you wants to give it a shot, go ahead. But it's at disadvantage. Even with, support there, it'd be at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Do you want to do it and I'll take watch? Or do you want me to do it and you keep watch?
I'll keep watch.
Okay.
Felix, make a perception check then. And Ormia, just do a dexterity check with disadvantage. Okay. Nope, one of the hairpins just snaps off in the lock.
That happens, I'm like, I'm not good at this. I'm not even going to try anymore. I'll just put the other pin back in. It's like, no, not even going to go there.
Well,
I kind of try to get it out.
You don't spot
Felix is
anyone
gonna-
approaching? Felix?
peek outside a little bit here. Are there any windows?
In that room, no. Nope.
Would I be able to see that there's a chimney?
You probably saw it on the approach.
I peek back in. So there might be another way in. I'm not gonna like it though.
Ho ho ho.
What is it?
This is as a large estate. A lot of the main rooms have fireplaces, and where there's
No.
a fireplace.
At this point, I just might as well wait for her to let me in there. Because she promised she would talk with me later. So I think that's fine.
Fair enough.
But there are still other bedrooms that we can look at. I don't know how many are open or what, but... Have you run into any of the others?
A lot of the others are on the dance floor, as I'm sure you knew, but some of them have moved off to the south.
Okay. Alright. Uh-huh. Okay.
Maybe we should regroup and come up with
Yeah.
another plan.
Yeah, let's head to the south. Okay. Meet up really quick. And then I'll go talk to Dear Iva.
Sounds good.
So we'll start heading back in here. And actually, I'm gonna head this direction. So
okay, yeah, the long way around.
Yeah, just to see if, like, anybody I know. Just gonna kind of see if the door to 3C is open.
Yeah, you walk over and take a quick check on 3C.
Like not like walk up to it, but just kind of like
as
I come
closed.
up to it, like, is it closed?
Yeah, seems to have the same type of lock that 3D did.
That's annoying. Okay. All right. Yes, then we'll come around. Stop grabbing the map. Come around here, walk through here, and okay. And if we come into here by now, would we have seen Emrysina go up the stairs?
Probably not. Not
it
this
would have been
time.
after.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did leave that bottle of wine at the end of the beginning of the doorway. I left it at the doorway.
Oh, okay. I got
you.
That's right.
If anybody comes closer to it, to the stairs and stuff like that, they'll see it.
Neat.
Emrysina's cookie crumbs.
You guys also spot, Felix and Ormia as you enter. The same thing that Em saw basically in the room. Mostly nobles, a couple servants having the nobles are having drinks. Servants are serving them. And you see this tall stairway in the back corner that you recognize as likely the area of the building that had that attic space. But I'm going to jump over. So
I'm going to be heading towards that spot just as you jump over. Like, she's like, oh, that's actually probably a good place to hide things.
Neat. So in that case, Emil, Astra's probably going to sort of be walking with you, and you can pick up if you want, Emil, heading over to that door and beyond.
Okay, you think Astrid is with me?
Not like with you, but probably several, like 20 feet, 25 feet behind. She didn't really follow Felix.
Okay, we all know Emil is not exactly the smoothest character, but Emil is going to ask Astrid to dance with her really quickly so that while they're dancing he can mention that Joe Harper also happened to have a bad feeling about this place, but I kind of like to do it like we'll dance so I can get close enough I can whisper to her that somebody else had this feeling. So I'll kind of interrupt our progress across the room just to kind of deliver that message. We'll dance for maybe a minute and then we can continue on towards 1A. I want her to be aware that I have further information that there is somebody else who has this bad feeling about this place.
All right. She's a little surprised initially as you pick up, the dance there, but, she understands that you're trying to relay some information and partakes in the dance. You fill her in on what you want to.
Okay. I'm gonna just, because we had so much fun with it last time, I'm gonna make a performance check and maybe I'll do as badly as she did last time.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
Ooh, not bad. Nice. I guess I should probably have her do a. Poor Astrid.
Oh boy.
I feel bad rolling for her when she's not here with this stuff.
And I think Emil would be just a little bit nervous about dancing with her after the last time, but
I bet. Oh, she got a 5. Yeah, so you step in. It might be the hooves of her being of the fawn. It may be the antlers that sort of, give you a scrape every so often as she looks down to, like, check her footing. Thankfully, your top hat is safe. Yeah, it's like, whoa, not the top hat. But yeah, it's not a particularly pretty sight, and you're probably going to have a few bruised toes in the morning. But you are able. I mean, it's passable, and everyone here isn't. The nobles aren't all amazing dancers either. So and she attracts enough attention being a fawn as it is, and you've got your awesome top hat. So catch some people's eyes every so often, but move about the floor to not garner too much attention in one place, and you fill around on all the info.
Okay.
And you can continue if you want. If you want to,
Yeah. Go to 1A. I want to figure out what the room is. Look around. Did I see Emrysina come in here?
Yeah, because you were sort of heading over there, looking in that direction. You saw her go through.
Okay.
So as you step out into 1A, again, you see the same thing everyone else did. You see Ormia and Felix to your left, the big staircase to the right. No Emrysina.
No Emrysina.
Bye.
Okay, I'll play with my dice for a minute while I think about that.
All right. So while you're doing that, I'll bring it back to Ormia and Felix, that sort of group. You see the two of them, Emil and Astrid, walk into the room.
Who are
sorry.
the other...
Actually, to be fair, it would go back to M first. Sorry, M.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Before you get into combat. Who are the other nobles in the room? Do I know them? And do I like them?
It's a mix. There's maybe 7 or 8 nobles in here. 2 you recognize as schoolmates. You went to the same private school. They're not buddies, but they're better, a little closer than acquaintances. And that's all you see out here. You don't see anyone that you despise. The other nobles you don't recognize.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good to know.
Okay. Oh, right. Here's Rando guy. Sorry, I thought he was visible. Ugh. All right. So, Rando guy, 1, 2, is going to close. I'm just going to put you on a square here. Okay. Close the gap. And it will be his turn. Okay. Just kidding. So he draws from the table type thing. I really don't know what that's actually supposed to be, but it's a table in my mind. He draws from underneath it a scimitar and comes over and attacks you. Oh, good. Completely misses. Cuts down and completely whiffs with that. Oh my gosh. Swings back for a second attack with it.
I was so not paying attention that I did not realize what was going on.
No problem, Em. Basically, the guy drew from
get my
underneath.
Ass kicked by a gnome.
Yeah. Almost at table height, just a little bit over. He draws a scimitar out from underneath the table as he rushes you. Swings his first attack and completely whiffs. Comes back with a second one.
Oh my God, I hunt this guy so bad.
That gets you right in the... As you sort of step back, it just gashes right across the inside of your thigh near the artery. Please don't collapse.
He's like a little chihuahua. Just annoying. Oh.
Comes back. Let's see.
Whoa.
With the scimitar, cuts into your gown, and shreds that. Gashes open the inside of your thigh. He draws from behind his belt a dagger, and with his third attack. Misses. You stump. You do a leap back to completely miss. He's got the short arms and goes for a gash, and it just your dress flows out in front of you as you leap back, and it just cuts some of the material at the base, at the very bottom of your dress.
Not the dress.
But it's
At
already
this
starting.
point, I don't give a crap about the dress.
Screw the dress.
I want this little heifer to die.
Okay, but next is your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh my God. God, I just want to run up to him and just like kick him. God, am I still on the floor? Yeah, I'll be on the floor because of my leg wound, because I won't be able to stand up on that leg because it's so deep.
Okay.
I am going to try to take a stab at his chest,
Okay.
kind of like that. Give him a little, try to give him a little slash.
Nice. So you draw your dagger from your secret hidey hole spot. Well, not a hidey hole, but your spot. Slide the dagger out.
You started it.
Oops. Oh, don't forget to control click him to target him.
Oh, yeah. Where's that little bastard? I'm mad now.
Mm-hmm. Get him.
Okay.
Get him.
Okay. I have so many windows open.
Nice.
Whew.
That hits.
Do a little spin on my good leg.
Nice, yeah.
Just for kicks.
You're favoring the other leg due to the wound, leaning down, and you go to give him that straight jab right in the chest and nail it. When you're all set, go ahead and roll for the damage, if you would.
Oh, yeah.
He reels back from the pain of being stabbed in the chest. You pull it out, and blood squirt follows. And then it slicks back his hair.
Oh, trying to be all smooth.
Is there anything else you want to do? I mean, you just have the one dagger, so...
Do we hear sounds of battle? Like with the critical, would we hear her cry out?
Do they hear anything? Because I might cry out with the deep stab.
You'd probably cry out with that gash across your thigh. I guess, well, you know what? It is loud and there's music and people talking. I would say that Astrid and Emil could do perception checks. Let me get her thing back out here.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. Okay. Emil, you hear a familiar sound. I mean, it's a sound of fighting. You hear a bit of a screech, a scream of pain, and then a light thud on the floor somewhere near the top of these stairs in that direction. You probably by now recognize the voice, even though it's a scream, possibly as Emrysina. I'll leave that up to you.
Do I only see Astrid in the room with me, or have I noticed that?
You see Felix and Ormia as well.
Okay, I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna give them that sign, and I'm going to. I don't want to run because it's a party, but I'm gonna walk quickly to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have a potion. I wanna
You have cure wounds.
Oh, I do.
You do have a bonus action. You could use...
I do want to try to, Oh, I should probably just try to heal myself. Man, is he still standing?
Oh, yeah.
After that? Okay. I want to try to grab his ankle and, just trying to grab him and just, toss him onto the floor as hard as I can, just to kind of throw him off balance and see if anything flies out of his hands, because I'm not having it.
Well, it would be an action to do, a grapple move.
Okay.
And
that would be, okay.
Yeah, full action. But you do have a bonus action, and you have Healing Word prepared, which is a bonus action to cast a heal on yourself or whomever, in case you wanted to do that.
I wanted to do that then.
Okay.
I think healing would be most important anyway. So, you said Healing Word?
Yep, target yourself first. I think you can just control click on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And Healing Word, it's just a heal. Nice, okay. You heal up some of the wounds, you put your hand over, after stabbing him and he recoils, you use your other hand to sort of put it over that inside of your thigh and heal the wound slightly, so it's at least stopped bleeding.
I'm good.
Okay. And Emil, you are heading towards the stairs. Go ahead and move your token as far as you like. I'll say that
Okay.
I'll give you at least enough movement to get to the top of the stairs. Like you know what I mean? The top of the stairs here where the door is. If that's what you want to do. Oh, did it? Can you still hear me? Did the thing finally die?
I can hear you.
Did I
Okay.
completely miss something?
Sorry.
That's Emil's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, Emil, you can move up to all the way up the stairs in 1A to the doorway. If you want, if that's what you want to do. You might be muted. Sorry.
It's at the top or the bottom there.
Yeah, right there. So you're looking through a door, you see a wine bottle, mostly empty wine bottle, placed to the side of the doorway, and just one small flight of stairs up, at the very top of which you see Ormia. I'm actually gonna move. Emrysina. Yep. Squatting down, healing. You see blood in her dress from the top of the stairs here. And I'm going to let Astrid. Actually, Astrid has this ridiculous speed, so she'd probably be able to go a little further than you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put her right behind.
And Kaylin's on the complete opposite side of the house.
Caitlin
Just
is
like
completely
awkwardly
oblivious.
sitting at the table.
Kaylin's sitting there trying to make small talk awkwardly.
Daydreaming of Warforged.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Asking the nobles, being like, so, have you heard of Warforged? And they're like, I think
No.
I have a friend in another room.
You actually pique their interest. Like, they know nothing. Jon Snow. But they're like, oh, tell us more about this Warforged.
Oh, Kaylin can go on forever.
Nice.
Yes.
So at this point, they're sort of just,
And it's like, oh, let me tell you.
whoa, what? Who knew? I had
Yeah.
no...
Yeah.
Okay, so Ormia and Felix, you guys can move up to the stairwell, the upper stairwell there too, if that's the direction you're going. You saw Astrid and Emil bolt up the stairs.
Yes, definitely gonna follow suit. That'll put us like here-ish.
Oh, I can't hear you, Felix.
I can hear him.
You can? This must just be me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's a little low now. 1 second.
No, I think you're good for it. Must be something on my side. You're probably fine.
It's Dan's fault.
Again. Hashtag blame Dan. Okay. I'll
A
say...
firework just went off outside my window.
Whoa, really? That's wild.
Like
What?
up in the sky firework, not like down on the ground somebody's setting off
What?
sparklers. Like an actual firework just popped off and then nothing.
It was Friday night.
Yikes!
Putting up all the New Year's fireworks, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta use this up, yeah.
Marin County is so weird.
Oh, that is wild. So, Caitlin and Reinwin, are you guys just sort of, continuing with what you're doing?
I mean, I don't think that I could hear anything. I mean, could I hear anything?
You wouldn't hear anything, but it's up to you, if you think that she would continue, to wait in the dining area.
I mean, she'd probably get up and wander about, maybe
Okay.
into where the food is, since I'm not sure that she ever grabbed any food and she's just sitting at the table waiting for nothing.
Yeah.
So, she'll probably, I'll have her wander in there and, so that way if anything, maybe she might hear something eventually, but
Okay.
as of right now, I think that she's a little too far away to make out anything. So she'll be over here.
Okay. Delicious food, some fine
Yes.
mead and other booze there
She
as
kind
well
of,
in case.
yeah. Takes a little more than probably what she should, but
Nice.
dwarf constitution.
Awesome. Ryan, when you've seen Emil and Astrid run cross the room and go out that right side door, and you did see Felix and Ormia head up the upper door, and you haven't seen them return.
Okay, that's a little suspicious. So I think I might try and follow Okay, so Felix and is there a pinging function in Fantasy Grounds? I forget.
I think there's a drawing, like if you right click, you can do drawing.
Okay.
So Felix and Ormia went up here. Felix. F-O. and Ormia.
Wait, what? Where? I don't see it.
It's in the top part of 2A. It should pop up in a hot minute. And to the right, it was Astrid and Emil went through that right-hand door of 2A.
Okay. So the big double doors of 2A is where Emil and Astrid went.
Yes.
I might follow them just because Emil came up to me and said that something felt weird
What would
to
be
him.
in character? Sulking off and pouting in the corner?
Shut up.
So
Sorry, I wasn't telling any of you guys to shut up. It was
yeah,
No, you're
we
fine.
figured.
over there.
I figured anyway.
She says I look funny, and then she.
But yeah, since Emil was the one who told me that he felt something weird, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna surreptitiously follow him by kind of like,
Okay.
sort of sashaying my way across the floor a little bit.
All right. So at that point, that would be around the time that he was probably rounding the stairwell, running around the bottom, bottom part of the stairwell, heading upstairs. You would have caught that just as you came in through the door about here. You would have seen him running up that stairwell. He actually, and everyone else would have run past you. Ormia and Emil. Ormia and Felix would have run right past you as they were heading towards the stairwell as well.
Okay. Well, this seems to be urgent, so I'm gonna head for the stairwell. Not sure how far I'm gonna get because these squares are tiny.
I'll give you most of it. I'll put you right here. Basically, you run up this height of them, and you're now looking at an open door. And if you look just below that in the map, 1B,
Yeah, I see it.
You're sort of seeing Emil and Felix and stuff there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have Felix, Ormia, and Emil go ahead and roll initiative just to see in what order you guys actually get here. And I will do it for Astrid, who bolted up there really fast. Okay.
Felix arrives before the fight even started.
Yeah. That brings us to the top then, which is in fact our rando guy. All right. What's he gonna do? Ormia, Felix, and Emil, please roll a stealth check if you would, as your... Not that you're trying to be stealthy per se, but... never mind, he rolled a 1. Alright, so he's basing what he's going to do just on seeing Emrysina, and then Astrid bolts up and shows up just behind her. he's gonna run over, I think, to kind of look down the stairs. Oops, wrong one. He's gonna run over and kind of look down the stairs and see who's here and where they're all coming from, but wants to keep M in range. So he looks around now. Only now does he see the rest of you. He's gonna try and kick Astrid down the steps at all of you.
Oh. He's pulling a
Would not
Leonidas.
be happy about that.
Serious?
She-
Astrid.
Oh, snap.
Alright, he has to do strength. He can't do the other ones.
I'm gonna cutting words that.
Ooh, okay.
Well,
Go ahead.
depending on what he did he hit her or not? Because I didn't.
I think you have to use cutting words before I say whether it hits or not.
Okay, all right, and that is a D. Crap. Wait, can I use it if it's a strength check?
Checks.
Wait,
It
one
should
second.
say in the.
It's attack roll, an ability check, or damage roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I will cutting words that.
Okay.
I just roll a d6 then, right?
Yes, I believe it's
There we
6. Yep.
Yes!
Oh, snap!
Nice.
Woo.
Okay. Well, let's see. Oh, yeah. All right. So, you see this guy as described. Monocle no longer in his eye. He's got some of Emrysina's blood on him from when it sprayed out. Go to kick Astrid like this 300 kick. Boom! What do you do to use your cutting words?
I just scream out, "Stop right there!"
Nice. In a very dashing way, you shout that. It sort of catches him off guard, and he misses. It allows enough time for Astrid to dodge the kick, avoiding being struck.
Yes.
Okay. She gives a quick glance to you, and then back to this guy.
And then I shout, "Kick his butt, Astrid!"
Yeah, nice. All right, Felix, you're up.
Oh, let's see. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to move here. And let's see. Attack action. Sweet. I know since Astrid is a monk, I'm actually just going to go ahead and make a random attack on this rando guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have unarmed strikes here when we reset this up. I know we used to, but I'll just roll a d20 to hit. Does that sound okay, Dan?
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. Go ahead and burn a.
Did you have anything to drink tonight, Felix?
I know, right? I'll go ahead and burn a superiority die to have Astrid take an attack action using Commander Strike.
Okay, nice.
You're not gonna let him do that to you, are you, Astrid?
She kind of glances at you and then looks back at him, and, knuckle cracks. All right, so she's going to... Oops. Yeah, target. Dapper guy. And I think she gets a simple melee attack here. She just gets to use a melee attack, right? She can choose.
That's right.
All right, she's going to draw with a fast draw technique that she's been practicing. She's going to take an attack against this dapper guy. Ooh, definitely hits with her
And bonus damage
Nice.
from this.
She adds that to her damage.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Wow, 10 plus 4. Okay, let's.
And
Okay.
that'll be my turn.
All right, neat. You see she draws this and just slashes it right into nearly the same spot that he apparently has a dagger wound by the looks of it. Thanks to M. He's looking fairly wounded at this point. Not the best, but not quite the worst either. And kind of does a snarl, spits some blood and mucus on the floor next to M. And now it's Ormia's turn.
I've got a great idea. So I'm gonna run up the stairs, just kind of jump around right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use my moves with swagger and use a swagger point to do my disarm maneuver.
Does that require an attack?
I have to hit him with an attack.
You have advantage then because you're flanking with Felix.
Oh, control click, right? Yeah, okay. Use my moves with swagger. My moves with swagger.
Nice.
With my dagger. Dagger. Oops, I forgot to roll with advantage.
Bummer.
I don't use my moves with swagger.
You were so eager. Yeah, Ormia was so eager to get to use this.
I can't inspire myself. Dang it.
Haven't adjusted to his short stature yet.
This is too small. Like, I'm used to Kaylin. She's taller than him.
Right. Anything else Ormia wants to do or try?
Well, that was useless.
So smooth.
Yeah. I hate fighting in dresses.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right, they're so
it's
annoying.
terrible. Okay. Yeah. That's what I do.
Okay. Go ahead and click the dragon down when you're all set, if you would.
Point of order before you do that.
Yeah.
Would you have had advantage because I'm standing there?
She did.
I
Okay.
I did roll it with advantage. I just did it 2 separate times.
Oh, I see.
I only have 1 attack still. Do I only have 1 attack?
I think at level 5 maybe is when you get your second, like, fighters.
Dexterity save. No. Oh no, that's the damage rolls. Sorry, all new stuff. Still, I'm still not used. This is the first time I've been in battle with this new thing.
No problem.
Yeah, that is 5th level. Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
Ormia's, you're sort of sitting there like you missed, and you're just like, "Is there anything else I can do?" Like you're just reliving it in your head for a minute.
It's
like,
I was like, oh, wait, hang on, no, too short. I'm still sick.
yeah. Em, you're up.
Okay, first off, I'm gonna be like, who are like? I'm going to say one more time. Who are you? And why do you have? Where did you get that arrowhead?
Go ahead and make an intimidation check with that. Sort of surrounded by a bunch of people now, and you're opening up a dialogue. Oh my gosh!
Ooh, wow.
Cha-ching.
I love it when dice work with story.
Right?
Yeah.
So great.
So he has this hole in his chest from your dagger and Astrid's blade, and he sees everyone rushing up. And he looks over at you with this gash, all the blood-soaked dress. You've already healed the wound partly, and you just have this intense look in his eyes with all the intimidation in the world behind them. When you ask him that, it's look at you. Just stop, all right? I'll talk. Just stop. It's not worth my life. My name is Darius. Spits out some more blood.
As he starts talking, I'm just gonna kind of walk up behind him, grab him by the shirt collar, and just keep my dagger in his back.
Okay.
Just as extra incentive.
Sort of arches his chest out, like, to avoid the dagger.
It would be wonderful if you could tell us the truth the first time, friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Well, Darius Goodbeat. What do you want from me?
Where did you get the arrowhead?
Okay. I got it from... It was a job. It was a job we just took. I got it off the guy we were transporting. It looked valuable.
What was his name?
Darren? I don't know what his last name was. We didn't really need to know that for the job.
Where were you transporting him to?
Well, we were just asked to take him off the hands of a rivaling gang. Word leaked that they were transporting him up to Zambora, and we were tasked with taking him off their hands. Any damage we can do to them is good anyway. Gives us
I'm
more
gonna
turf.
insight check him.
Okay.
I'm gonna just keep asking questions.
Okay.
My next question is going to be, where were you transporting him from there?
Well, we stole him from the other gang, and we were... So apparently, a high-value job to get him to Zambora. We were given the means to transport him. Teleport him directly to Zambora as soon as we got our hands on him. Actually choking, sorry.
No, don't die.
Kill over!
Oh,
No!
Not yet.
no.
I haven't got my answers yet.
Quick, roll a saving throw.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Who hired you?
Well, it was just a middleman. I don't know who it actually was. I didn't even get the order myself.
Don't die.
You okay?
Live, Dan,
We're
live.
just-
I don't know what happened.
Just-
Something
Come
stuck.
on! This is some juicy information.
Yeah. We were hired to bring him to the Silver Guard here in Zambora. And, Ormia, you're aware of the Silver Guard. They're sort of a high-ranking order of guards in the city of Zambora. They actually, they're tasked with dealing with more dangerous criminal and natural elements that may threaten Zambora. Again, so they're sort of like a higher ranking. They're official. They've been part of Zambora for ages. So that clicks as he says that. We were just hired to take him from the other gang and teleport him immediately to Zambora and make sure he's taken to the Silver Guard.
So he's already here.
Yeah, we already delivered him to the Silver Guard. Look, take the arrowhead. It is not worth my life, please.
What
Very
group are you a
straight.
part of?
As she's saying that, I'm just gonna take the arrowhead from his waist.
Nice. You rip it off. And Ormia, your insight check. I mean, he seems to be telling the truth. And he says, oops. I'm I'm lieutenant in the Black Salamander. Please,
Are you now?
yeah, please.
Well, I have some questions for you too.
Kind of looks back up as you poke the dagger in a little further. All right.
I have someone I'm looking for as well, who was apparently taken by someone of your group. A high elf named Yaris.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you what I know, but you gotta promise to let me out of here, okay?
Of course
Let
I'll
me
let
leave-
you out of here. Oh.
He's gonna roll an insight. And if oh, never mind. You rolled a 2.
She's not deceiving. Do you want me to roll perception in case I roll a 1 because I am waiting?
I guess so. Go for it, just in case. But
Oh.
yikes! Okay. All right. Fine. What can I tell you? What can I tell you?
Who hired to take you? Where is he? And why was he taken?
Look,
Sorry, who hired you to take him? I can words.
I don't even know their names. I was there when they approached. It was a sprite and a satyr. Not our usual customers. Never seen them before. And I didn't hear from them after. They paid us good money to take us to to retrieve Yaris, right? And bring him out to the old keep. We got hazard pay. It's dangerous out there. And, place gave me the creeps. We met them at the keep, gave them Yaris, they paid us, and then they went on their way. They walked out behind the keep and into the forest. I don't know what they wanted with them, and that's where they took them, out behind the keep somewhere. Can you lay off the dagger?
Wait, is this a different keep or the same keep that we...
The same keep. I'm going to insight check him on that, too.
Okay, go ahead. Nice.
Oh!
He seems to be honest. He really just wants to get out of here alive at this point.
Alive being the key word. So she's not going to lay off the dagger, actually. She might dig it in just like a millimeter more. So were you one of the ones to take him?
Yeah.
How did you do that? How did you get him off the estate?
Well, this is part of our job. Got a tactician?
Dig it in a little bit
Oh,
further.
right. We slipped something into his drink. He was unconscious. We took some items to make it look like he wanted to leave. Like he just abandoned everyone.
Where did that armor end up, by the way?
Yeah, that was sold.
Where?
I don't even know. We have people that sell that. Not me. That's way below me.
The more you talk, the less I like you, Gnome.
Well, I'd like to stop talking.
You want to stop talking.
And go.
I don't want her to kill him, so... Ormia can... ease up just a little bit.
Right.
Getting a little angry there. For good reason. But, I mean...
I'm sorry for the trouble. This lady came in. Caught me off guard. I'll leave peacefully. I told you everything I know. What more do you want to know?
Why are you here in the Longhorn estate? What
business do you have?
You're killing me.
Oh, I will.
Really?
I will.
No. All right. Okay. Look, there's a weekly job. We get information. We are here every week at this gala. We get information for Lady Longhorn. Apparently coughs up some more blood. We help her dig up information on the other nobles here. She uses it for a business or personal stuff. I don't know what she uses it for. That's just what we do.
So just to be clear, you had nothing... She had nothing... Iva had nothing to do with Yaris's disappearance.
No.
That was just a job that you had.
Right.
So since he's bleeding from the back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm holding him up in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
without anyone seeing, I'm gonna pull the compass out
Mm-hmm.
and attach it to his back.
Okay.
Do I Because I'm directly in front of him, do I see her take it out and do that or no?
I will roll a sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand for me. Emrysina, make a perception check. Oh, right. Gotta wrap it up.
Oh.
Dan, check your messages.
Oh.
You tried to be so smooth.
He's too small. I could have done it if he was bigger.
Darn gnomes.
Yeah, and you see her. I'm
It's so
checking
short.
now here. Okay. Then I'd also like to have Emil roll a perception check.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You definitely see that. You see her sort of. Oh yeah, and Emil. You see her attempt to slide this, take the compass out and slide it sort of up behind his, armor to let it do its thing. But there isn't quite enough room, and it becomes sort of an awkward thing. It gets kind of stuck, before she, before it whirs to life.
just like if it doesn't happen smoothly, I'll just be like, just shove it on him. Whatever. I don't even try to do it anymore.
He lets out a bit of a yelp as the little mechanical arms sort of snap out.
With the amount of blood that he's gonna lose, is he gonna die from it, or is he gonna stay alive? Because he's pretty damaged right now.
You can
should
do
be fine.
a medicine check if you want, Em, because you see how much he's bleeding. You've got a rough idea of his health, and you've seen this. You've seen this before. I think it was sort of. Yeah, no, you saw it, right? It just. I forget what we decided. Anyway, go ahead and roll a medicine check.
I'm trying to remember, are we aware of what the compass does?
You saw me try to use it in the...
I think so, yeah, because you were all in shock. Like, what? But she couldn't explain. Yeah, so you've seen it before. 18. It's a close call. It is sort of tough to tell. It's an awesome medicine check, so you think it'd be close. He may fall unconscious, but it probably wouldn't kill him.
Okay.
But it'd be
I don't think
close.
I've used any actions.
Yeah, what would you like to do?
I want to. Would I be able to use a spell to heal him up,
Yeah.
A bit of healing word?
You could use healing word or cure wounds, whatever you'd like. And Ryan, when you're up here, you're sort of walking up as you see Ormia jam this item on the back of this gnome. You're sort of walking past Emil and up the stairs, and we move you up here.
I did not hit the right person. But at the same time, I'm trying to heal him. I'm at Ormia, what the heck are you doing?
I'm not going to kill him.
Okay.
I'm not going to kill him. And then once it's done, I'm going to take it and put it away.
How long does it take for it to be done?
It takes probably 15, 20 seconds, or at least on you, it took probably 15, 20 seconds.
But she wasn't bleeding to begin with, so this thing has blood to grab right there.
You're probably still looking around maybe 15 seconds, because it can only draw so much in at a time.
Okay.
But it's on there. I mean, Ryan was at the bottom of the stairs, so you're probably at least 6 seconds away.
I'm giving you the damn side-eye right now. I'm just girl.
Kaylin, you're enjoying a delicious meal down in the...
I think Kaylin is kind of wondering, where did everyone go? And so she's just kind of wandering around.
Okay.
You're just talking about Warforged to everyone.
Maybe going up to people and asking, have you seen anyone with a tall hat?
You get directed out toward that room, I'd say.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
she doesn't know the dangers, so she's just taking her time,
Nice.
just strolling along.
I picture the bloody wound on his back transitions to like a bloody steak that you're cutting into. Like funny transition. Like what?
This episode is so anime.
Yeah, for sure. She's like chowed on a chicken leg as she's walking, looking at the paintings.
There's a chicken leg in one hand and a turkey leg in the
Yeah,
other.
absolutely. Yep.
This is so great.
So M and Rhinewin, what do you want to do first? Then we'll do M, as you see this.
When if I see the compass being attached to anything, I'm gonna drop a fog cloud.
Oh, okay. Well, fog apparates, sort of enshrouding everybody, obscuring sight.
Wasn't me?
Yeah, yeah, nice. None of you really spot where it
And I'm
came
gonna try to dive for
Maybe
the
Emil.
compass.
Oh, okay.
I've got a hold of him still.
You've got about 2/3 of the thing is full, Ormia, because one, to sort of cast the spell, and then another for her to reach you. It's about 2/3 full as she reaches. If I'm going to make it a grapple contest basically for it. So, yeah, sorry, Rhinewin.
Nice,
It'd be
right.
athletics for Rhinewin and either athletics or acrobatics for Ormia.
Let's go acrobatics, because I don't want the negative modifier on that.
No.
I already do bad enough.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
There's no way. I don't think I can roll high enough to beat that.
No.
You could get a natural 20.
So you go for a dive and you see her sort of yank him off to the side as you go in, and you sort of crash into or just past Emrysina. I'm going to say you sort of end up right next to Ormia as you try to pull that off of his back. Just after you dash past it, its arms retract back into it and it clinks down to the floor.
Before
Ormia
it clinks down, I'm going to grab it.
Okay.
I'm going to shove it at Emrysina, like, take it away from me. And then I'm going to run down the stairs.
Nice.
I'm gonna fumble for it.
like just like put it in your chest, like, take it, and then I'm going to run. Just like...
So I picture like a view from the bottom of the stairs as all that happens, then you just see Ormia running towards the camera, like, and like a slow-mo bolt.
Just like looking like so like pale and like, did I seriously just do, like, what is happening to me?
And with her white face and sunken eyes as she runs from camera, that's where we end the session tonight. Woo! Oh my goodness.
Well played.
That was
All right.
intense.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Sorry we ran a little bit late. I didn't catch the time until it was like 10 past.
Well,
We
started
started
at
late.
like 9:30 or something. So
I was actually planning on putting that thing on Iva.
Oh, that would have been
making
sweet.
her the next compass.
Nice.
It's like, oh, no, she had nothing to do with it, but he helped take him, so. Yep.
Wah wah for him. All right. Wow. So everyone got some answers.
Difficulties, by the way.
What's that?
Okay.
Thanks to chat for putting up with our technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Ah.
for sure.
I feel like
It wouldn't be Stormfall without it.
no kidding, right? Yeah. Always.
Dan, your camera didn't go fuzzy.
Oh my gosh.
woo!
Yeah, what the heck?
It's to make up for all the other technical woes. There must be a balance. Neat. Well, I'm glad that things ended up working, and knock on wood, because next week something of mine will shut down and blow up. I hope not, but yeah. Thanks, chat. I guess chat, if you have any questions, anyone that has to go, Warren, I know you are up in like hours, so if you've got to bounce, not a problem.
Okay.
As for anyone else that wants to stay, we'll have, if chat has any questions for us, you're welcome to ask away, and we'll see what we can do to answer them. I lost my thing here. Okay. All right. Let me open up chat so I can keep an eye on this.
Yeah, you would definitely keep your dress deposit.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, Ormia
Plus,
owns furs, so.
That dress is going back in perfect condition. Maybe with a little red sauce on it, a little bit sauce here and there. It's not
That'll come out.
torn. Nothing
rub out.
from some scrubbing can't take care of. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Dark Surgeman. Ooh, is Ormia done with the compass? Not yet. That's so
No.
awesome.
Nope, she's
Girl,
still
you
going.
and your compass.
She's still gonna use it. She's just afraid of what it's doing to her.
Mm.
Because there's the whole thing that it was made by a not very good person. So I think, and it's a magical item, so I think she's afraid that, like, part of that dark energy is, like, seeping into her, like,
This is so Lord of the Rings.
anything at all. Yeah, she's drifting towards chaotic neutral, where it's meet my goal at by any means necessary. I don't care who I have to hurt.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait to see how that all plays out.
Frank, I think the cleaners would just throw my dress away.
Yeah. What happened here? Yeah.
It wasn't my fault, I swear.
It's not even a dress anymore. You could use it as, like,
Yeah.
something else.
Dishcloth.
Just repurpose it. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
They had a
Rhineman can
dancing bear
repurpose
at
it.
the
now.
ball, and it just got out of control.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was an epic gala.
Get us seats this close to the bear.
There's raves, man.
It danced better than Astrid did.
Nice.
I'm actually going to take off because I'm kind of falling asleep.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm glad to have you here this week. It was nice, and I hope you have a great week.
You too.
Thanks for a
everybody.
fun game. Yay.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night,
Frank,
Night.
basically, yes. The compass, yeah, that's its fuel, basically. So, and then it uses that blood whenever she uses it to try to find something or someone. And it goes down by about a third each time-ish. So the more she wants to use it, the more people she has to sacrifice.
Wee, the blood of
And
the unwilling.
Emil called her out on it last week.
Yeah.
I can't wait
It's
to see
getting
how
pretty
this
great.
develops. Yeah, because Emil
This is great.
saw this, M saw it, and then Rhineman. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's why I gave it the compass back to M, because it's like, nope.
It wasn't me.
Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, it's
I'm
like
sorry.
she's the one to hold on to it in the first place.
Next
Yeah.
week we should check and make sure that you don't fall down the stairs.
Dexterity
Do you
check.
want me to roll for that right now? I'll do that.
Yeah,
Or
do
what
a
is that?
dexterity
A dex
saving
save?
throw as you bolt.
Which I get advantage on because I have my dagger out.
Oh, nice, right?
Because of
Kaylin will
Unguard.
catch her with her
With the
meat
chicken.
hands.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, not a
up to
problem.
6.
You do like a somersault on it. You trip, but you just catch yourself and keep running.
I fall down Caitlin's head.
It's like,
Just like as she's there, just like running. Oh shoot! And then just kind of like whoop.
I can't wait to see how that plays out with just the party dynamics. That's gonna be so great.
Oh my gosh, how are we going to get out of here without anybody noticing?
Oh, your dress, right?
I'm covered in blood and
There's a door
tattered
there,
and...
right? Yeah,
Emil
there's a
has-
door.
Emil
Yeah,
has
there's a
ideas
door
on
outside. There you go.
Nevik had a really good character creation question. Let's see if I can find it here.
The evil.
Any
Any-
tips for making a character evil that isn't normally evil?
Trauma.
Tragic backstory trademark.
Yeah.
Trauma is actually pretty good.
Or just
Conditioning.
like with Ormia, she started out as a very happy-go-lucky sort of, I'm gonna, do this, and I'm gonna find him, and everything's gonna be great and happy with the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then things started happening, and it's one small decision that let her spiral downward. That's just leading her deeper and deeper into a dark place.
I think just
Right.
give your characters difficult decisions.
Very cool.
I really like that though, because
Dark
your character
serpents.
has changed so much from the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
She's a pretty crazy character. I really like it.
Mm-hmm. I love
Definitely.
you get to see the characters, like really get Kaylin's drive for the Warforge and for knowledge, and just her worldview, and Astrid and Felix and their group dynamic, and their sort of characters coming out.
The ship. We all ship it.
Awesome.
Look at him.
Nice. And I really still one of my the more potent scenes I think was Emrysina and Ormia, that when they were in the inn room and Ormia was wrapping her head around what she'd done, and Em was like, I see you do that again and I'm gonna shoot you, or whatever it was. Like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. It's badass.
Will not miss its mark.
That
Crap, you're gonna
was
shoot me in the back.
that was so intense.
Yeah.
Because it was like the energy and everything, and I could feel everything that you were saying.
Yeah, it was great. That was that was a great scene. Ugh.
Nice.
Also, I kind of like how our stories are like intertwined in this area a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the more I find out about mine, the more you find out about yours, and just kind of like how we have that balance.
Yeah,
Right
it
there,
was like,
it's really
whoa.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dan's smirking. Dan's smirking.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really
He's
cool.
sitting there like, I'm just turn off your camera.
Don't lost him.
And Emil's got a bunch of cool stuff. I just below the surface there. I can't wait. It's really cool to see the characters, their actions and reactions to these events sort of come about. That's so cool. Frank, the soap opera method, yeah. And one day you were evil.
I had amnesia. This is who I truly am.
Yeah. You're not you, you're your twin brother.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah. Twin.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Would you ever DM an evil character?
Well, I've mentioned before, I was actually working on something, and Nevik Link was here. It was just an alternate stream I booted up. I'm considering starting another campaign to run on a different night, with the only prerequisite being everyone's evil. And I thought it might be fun because to see the same world and the same sort of, quests or circumstances happen from this other viewpoint where they're evil, their actions and reactions are all evil based, could be kind of fun and funny. I don't see too many, of those streamed, like all evil campaigns, and there's just a lot of room for. Oh yeah.
Go ahead. There's actually I've run an all evil campaign before.
Oh okay.
There's a Savage Worlds setting where it's called Necessary Evil.
Oh.
Where it's a super world, it's a superhero world.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens have taken over, killed all the superheroes, so it's up to the super villains to save the world.
Wow, really? Oh, that's kind of wild, huh?
That's interesting.
It's interesting.
Ah.
It's kind of different for players sometimes to play evil characters.
Yeah. I did a one shot once where everyone was evil and a drow. Since it was just a one shot, they had the circumstances, and it was hilarious. That's sort of where I was inspired to do this, because it was hilarious the things they said and did. It was like, what, because they're evil, so they that's their natural course. But the way they treat people, they seem like an adventuring party, and someone's like, oh help, I've got this. Like, sure, we'll help you. And it goes sideways because they're all evil. Part of me considered putting it in Astrala Nor, in like a different section of the world, and then possibly having effects of their campaign reach, this campaign, or vice versa. Just here and there, nothing major. But I thought that might be kind of fun, just to have that in there.
And then we run into him. We have to run a 14-person battle royale.
I honestly thought, like, how can I make a layout for like
VC would die.
80 people? Yeah.
No, just one group is on VC, the other is on Skype.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Dan just has a screen with both groups, just like with a camera on each other.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, just watch each other. That's it.
Yeah.
but I have a lot of world, building to do, and wherever they're starting, I need to get, things prepared because it's so much work, and I wouldn't want to have the preparation time for that be a detriment to this or vice versa. So I want to do like a boatload of the work ahead of time before I actually implement that. And I'll chat with you guys about it beforehand anyway, just, to keep you abreast of all that. So,
Awesome.
yeah, thought it'd be kind of fun. All evil campaign. Whee! Oh, new follower. I don't know if they're still here because I don't have chat up. Shame on me. Well, I do. I have it up through OBS. So thank you for the follow. Raiders Rejects. If you're still in chat, thank you. I saw you follow earlier and I meant to say something, but I get so sucked in that I completely missed it. So if you're here, thank you. So for anyone watching, yeah, we stream every Friday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And then we upload all of the episodes to our YouTube page, which is here. This is episode 16.
Wow.
So still sort of on the ground floor. I guess this would technically be sort of the second arc. The first one was removing the runic brands, essentially. You're heading into sort of a second arc here. So swing over there, check it out. Feel free to like and subscribe. It's always appreciated. And you can always jump into our, let me see what the command is, if I remember this, our Facebook group for secrets and chat. And you can chat with the players and be kept abreast of other Facebook fun things. And you can follow us at on Twitter, which I might have somewhere a command, but I don't think I actually have it set up right now. Twitter is at Real Madbird, which I loved using for social media because it's not just Madbird, it's a real Madbird.
Real?
Yes, yeah.
Really
I got a
mad.
kick out of it. So players, thank you so much. Amazing session tonight. I'm so psyched already for next week now to see how this all pans out.
This did not go as I was thinking at all.
Yeah, this was pretty interesting.
I did not expect there to be an assassin in the attic.
Yeah, I wasn't. I honestly, I thought you would break into the room before you found, this other person. So sort of humorous that the things broke. And you didn't have Emil with you to lockpick it.
Oh, if Emil had been there, I would not even have tried.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nope. Rogue, you do your thing. This
Nice.
is what you were made for.
It was pretty cool, because you all sort of blended in and did your own thing to sort of get to the end goal, and it sort of worked out.
And Kaylin ate.
Yeah, Kaylin, I know, poor Kaylin definitely
Jumps
didn't
that
go
work
as she
for you.
thought. Yeah.
She had an amazing meal. And then she's going to join up with everyone. Everyone's like,
Hey
she's
guys,
gonna be
what's
like,
up? How's it going?
I'll actually say
"Have you
that
tried
you
this? It's so good."
you meandered out to that room 1A just as Ormia's running down, like blood in her hands, like
Yeah.
and you're like, what?
I'm gonna grab that bottle of wine when I get down those steps.
Yeah, you need it.
I leave you guys for like a half hour.
We're all bloodied up and stuff.
Right. Oh, that's so neat. All right. Well, thank you again, players. You guys rock, and it was such a good time as always. And thank you, chat. Hilarious. Thanks for coming back, Frank and Dark Searchman and Nevik, and all you wonderful folks that are here watching tonight. Appreciate it. Hope you had fun, and I know I did. And we'll catch you next Friday. So have a great night. Take care, everybody. As I frantically search for the stop button. Here we go. Take care.